ask you this question. Have you ever felt stressed or overwhelmed by simply looking at an overly cluttered living space? Well, by adapting to this minimal lifestyle, I believe that we can be more aware of our environmental impacts and purchasing habits and shape us to be more of a conscious consumer and purchase things that only brings value to our life. Here is an image of a skyline of Manila City, a beautiful scenery of the city. But cities like this also produce things like this. Now let me ask you a question. How much stuff do you think that you have bought in your entire life? Now, imagine for a second that you're able to lay down all the things that you have bought in your entire life right in front of your eyes. My guess is that it's a tremendous amount of trash, right? Now, let's look at a perspective of how much waste does an average person produce daily. Data from the World Bank states that an average person produces around 0.74 kilograms of waste daily. Now, multiplying that number with the amount of days in a year, we get around 270 kilograms of waste a person produces yearly. But an average trash bag weighs around 6 kilograms. And if we divide that number, we end up with 45 trash bags a year a person produces. But now, let's multiply this number to the average lifespan of a person. The average lifespan of a person here in Japan is around 84 years. And we roughly get about 3,780 trash bags a person produces in their whole entire life. Well, that's crazy, right? But what's more crazy about it is that if you multiply this number with the population of the area you live in, or maybe the world, just imagine the amount of trash the world has. And I know everybody has like different preferences when it comes to buying things. And due to the power of the internet, we have the power to just buy things in just one click of a button. And I know it is tempting to resist the temptation of trying to buy more and more things and try to fulfill our wants, or desires, or needs. But have you heard of the saying, less is more? Here is an image of an overly exaggerated photo of minimalism. People think that minimalism is just living with one spoon, one fork, or maybe nothing at all. But that's not all about that. Minimalism is a way of living. It's a mindset. It's a mindset of knowing how to identify your priorities and sticking to them, like purchasing things that only brings value to your life. Well, I started off my minimalistic journey like everybody else. I had a really overly cluttered living space. I had so much things in my room. This caused problems in my life. Well, first of all, I couldn't find the things I want, and it took more time to find it. As well as, it affected my stress level. I just became stressed by simply looking at this scenery. As well as, I became indecisive. I was not able to decide things quickly. Since, for example, I had a lot of clothes to choose from, and the gazillion of choices that I'm able to make caused me to not make decisions fast. Well, my life was all about greater input and greater output. I bought more things as well as I produced more waste. So, shifting to a minimalistic mindset, I started off by decluttering my room, cleaning things, and throwing in things that does not bring value to my life. I also reduced the amount of single-use items that I buy in my daily life and started investing more on longer-lasting items, even if it means it's a little expensive. But it's better to buy things that last longer than buying things continuously. As well as, I disciplined myself to stop and resist the temptation of buying more and more things. And whenever I bought new things, I simply asked the question, is this a want or is this a need? By asking that simple question of, is this a want or a need, it has allowed me to be more conscious about my purchasing habits, as well as purchase things that only brings value to my life. It has reduced my waste output, as well as I only had things that was necessary in my house. Now, from my life becoming greater input and greater output, by shifting this mindset towards minimalism, my life has become less input and less output. Now, let me ask you this final question. I know we love the planet and all, But what are we individuals gonna do about it? Thank you.